I would do it in a heartbeat. So this is just could essentially have global implications. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, because you can, there's certain careers which are unavailable to you if you're attending USC. Let's say you're a political science major at USC today. Well, you probably need to go to Washington, D.C. for an internship. But if you are a part of the Washington, D.C. campus, you are right there studying political science. When I was doing my internship, so like the Bretton Woods Committee in Washington, D.C., that's an experience that you can't get outside of Washington, D.C. To be able to work with a member of Congress or just one of the politicos or a lobbying firm in Washington, D.C. Sorry, you can't do that in L.A. You can maybe do that over the summer, but imagine you're at the USC campus, Washington, D.C., and can do that as a part of your natural course of study. Think about it when you open up a USC in Germany, a USC in Japan, for international, for diplomacy or whatever. Absolutely. And I think USC is the largest school to do this. I know NYU, Texas A&M, Arizona State have also set up campuses in Washington, D.C. They can't compete with USC. Right. So there's a huge difference. And I think this is going to signal a sea change in our conception of higher education and it not being necessarily located in one place. Now, I'm talking about online learning, but actual in-person studying where you have multiple options to attend a certain university. It won't necessarily just be at 37th and Adams in LA. Now, you said art is one of the courses of study, correct? Absolutely. Think about individuals in Washington who want to literature, film, or whatever. You have to procedures, do a film school. There's now young self-study. All those things. It works both ways. Yeah. Not just for LA, let's say California students who would want to work in a field which is best served by Washington, D.C. You can go to the D.C. campus and still have ties to what USC Southern California has to offer. It's later with most Kelly, KFI 840 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app now, the KFI 24-hour newsroom at anything. A report says Governor Newsom and his family had deep business ties to the now failed Silicon Valley Bank. The governor apparently has personal accounts and accounts for at least 3 of his wineries. A spokesperson for Newsom says the governor's financial holdings are managed in a blind trust. The storm is moving out of the LA area has broken some decades-old rainfall records. 1.97 inches fell in LAX yesterday. That's the most in a single day since 1982. 3.15 inches fell in downtown LA, as well above the average of 2.23 inches for the entire month of March. Kanye West will not face charges after grabbing and throwing a photographer's phone in January. It was caught on video. The photographer involved has decided not to press charges. Chance showers tonight, cloudy tomorrow, highs in the 50s to mid-60s, about the same for Friday. That's with car in Tacoma on 118. Fernando Road is blocking the 3 left lanes so you drive fast up right at the 5. Arcadia on the 210 west off of Fort Santa and Anita Avenue, some potholes causing problems in lanes. Seems to be running the brakes to get Continent on T to clear that up, so it's a pretty close call from Myrtle. And you'll see a work zone on the 91 heading westbound in Corona that's from the 15 to about Lincoln. 2 left lanes closed up, and that's going to be reopened for you at around 4 in the morning. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno. This report is sponsored by iHeartAdvertising.com. Is it getting harder to find new customers? As the #1 audio company in America, we can help you grow your business at a fraction of the cost. Get started today by visiting iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com. The podcast Let's Start a Coup wonders what if the secret cabal of the nation's most powerful people tried to overthrow the president. Explore how it almost happened to FDR in the 1930s in this darkly comedic retelling of one of American history's weirdest scenes. And for you, Major General President Butler, nothing when every week is big. Why? Is it something bad? Listen to Let's Start a Coup on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get the podcast. iHeartRadio icons with Edge, celebrating U2's Songs of Surrender, their new 40-song reimagined collection. U2's The Edge, Join Tim Kerr to do a deep dive into the making and remaking of YouTube classics on Stronger Surrender. I followed what's on the book. There was 4 key chapters. Well, let's see if there are 4 of these 2 songs that we can reimagine. Don't miss it. Friday, St. Patrick's Day at 7 p.m. Eastern on the Classic Rock Channel on iHeartRadio. At Jacoby Myers, our 5-star reviews attest to our commitment to excellence and a success in delivering life-changing results for our clients. 50-plus years of experience, $1 billion in settlements, and voted #1 for 4 years in a row. Our team's expertise is unmatched. Call Jacoby Myers. Justice for you since 1972. Imagine air travel that's simple and hassle-free. That's Surf Air. Save hours on every trip. Fly on your own schedule. Avoid crowded terminals. And never stand in another line again. As a Surf Air member, you're in control of your travel day. SurfAir.com. Stress-free, easy air travel. Get a free quote on your next flight at SurfAir.com. There's a better way to fly. SurfAir.com. I'm attorney Darren Papanilton, founder of 1-800-NO-COPS, reminding you to exercise your right to just shut up. It doesn't make you look guilty, it makes you look smart. 1-800-NO-COPS, because no one looks good in handcuffs. Hey, what's doing that sort of thing? 1-800-NO-COPS. Why would a plumber just tell me what it costs to unclog my drain over the phone? Is it that complicated? No, it's not. It makes no sense at all. They obviously have a price. Whoa, you've got a nice aroma. Who are you? Mike Diamond, the Smell Good Plumber. Will you tell me how much to unclog my drain? $99. So you haven't seen it. Don't need to. Doesn't matter if it's a kitchen sink or a mainline sewer stopper. The Smell Good Plumbers at Mike Diamond will unclog almost any drain for $99. Almost? Yeah, there are a few exceptions, but you can read all about them on our website before you call. Just go to thesmellgoodplumber.com. Wow, you're like upfront and everything. I just told a guy named Rabbi who wouldn't tell me anything. No brothers here, ma'am. Just professional plumbers who show up on time, smell good, and unclog drains for $99. Call us. 1-800-446-MUD. Contact your license number 39917. Portions of the following program will be recorded. And now, a few words from your dog. Hey, it's Jennifer Jones. Please join me and my team of Wake Up Call Wigglers at Brookside Park in Pasadena, Sunday, April 2nd for Pasadena Humane's Wiggle Waggle Walk to raise funds to help take care of the hundreds of animals they take in each year. To donate or join our team and walk with us, go to KFIAM640.com/wiggle. KFIAM640 or stimulating talk. When I wake up in the morning and the morning got away, I don't think I'll ever make it out of time. By the time I got up on the street, I get my things on the counter, the corner, the thing I can see the phone. KFIAM640 is rated remote Kelly for live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Some of the stories that we're watching, and a big one is that a possible 3-day strike of the forced closure of LAUSD schools may begin Tuesday. The SEIU Local 99 announced this evening at a rally in Grand Park. And of course, evening education is always of great interest to me. So we'll be watching whether that prospective strike does happen. But there's a further story which really got my attention, and I think it highlights my concerns over a number of issues. Let me backtrack, because you may not know this about me, because you always tell me who I am and what I think and what I believe and where I am on the political side of the aisle on Twitter. You never really pay attention. If you know me, you know that I've always been against the legalization of marijuana in a recreational capacity. I've always been against that. I always was for decriminalization, which is completely different. But I was not for recreational use. Not because I'm a prude, not because I'm a moralist. I was always worried about the unintended consequences. And something I said then, I'm going to reaffirm now, is that I did not want it to be as accessible to kids, even illegally, that's the way that alcohol is today. And I knew what was going to happen eventually. And when I saw the story that 8 kids were sick enough to possibly be hot gummies at Sun Valley School today, Sun Valley Magnet School to be exact, this is the stuff that I was worried about and concerned about. Because when I was growing up, The only thing we really have to worry about is school accidentally ingesting was maybe if someone put some alcohol in some punch. And if someone had to use some punch at school, we probably knew there was some alcohol in it. Right. Now, you have kids who may be selling candy bars, and I know this firsthand, who may sell these laced candy bars, not only with just marijuana in them, but other stuff. They end up in the hospital, and these are some of the unintended consequences of recreational use, or the availability. I'm not saying they're selling this on the campus. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the availability as to the susceptibility, I would say. Not long ago, my son had called me from school. His heart was beating through his chest. And I said, what's wrong? And he said, Daddy, today I bought a candy bar off of a friend of mine. And as soon as I see it, my heart started beating really fast. And his exact words were, I don't know if I was drugged or not, but I'm really, really scared. I'm really, really panicking. Mainly because we always are telling you, do not accept any opinion or any type of anything. I don't care what it is from any of your friends, because I know this was a reality. Specifically, 8 children were treated today afternoon after possibly ingesting marijuana gummies at Sun Valley Magnet School. The incident was reported around 1:20 p.m. today. Patients were being evaluated for quote-unquote sudden illness after ingesting what is believed to be chewable marijuana. They were all conscious of breathing. Boys and girls are between the ages of 12 and 16 years old. How old is your son, Claude? 17 or 16. He'll be 17. 5 were taken to the hospital for further treatment, while 3 were released at the scene to their parents. Officials said that while the kids were discovered sick at the campus, it was unclear if they are students. Quote, the confirmation of how each may be affiliated with the campus remains a matter for LAUSD officials. Marijuana and marijuana edibles are widely available in cannabis stores across California, where voters legalized recreational use back in 2016. I'm not saying I told you so. I'm saying I told you this is one of my 2 sons. Yeah. And these are just things that I didn't have to worry about growing up. And these are things that we have to be worried about with kids today. It's not just marijuana, it's fentanyl, of course, it's any number of drugs. But specifically marijuana, because it is so ubiquitous, it's so available in the ways that I don't think alcohol is available. And marijuana gummies are less obviously detectable as anything else. It's not a joint, it's not rolled up. It looks like it's even gummy bears, and that's it. Isn't it more dangerous? I don't know, because I don't. No, it's more dangerous because it's easier to ingest a lot. Separate amount, yeah. Right. Yeah, like if I'm sitting down with regular gummy bears, the whole package is mine. And I mean, one thing that is not a science is how much constant, how potent these drugs, the TLC, I'd like that in gummies. How concentrated it is in these gummies. If you have a stack of gummies, there may be some who are getting less of a potent download mix than others. And you don't know. And to your point, Flo, when you told us, we both have the same feeling and reaction to the story, and we hadn't even talked to each other, right? We both thought of your son and how that incident you relayed to me maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And that was our first thought. First possibility, the very first thing. Very first thing that came to mind is, hope he didn't get split number. And I think it's our responsibility as parents and guardians of children is to be able to anticipate things, anticipate how things could go wrong, anticipate how the votes that we take, the things that we okay in society, how that can, as an unintended consequence, negatively impact and endanger our children. Yeah, oh my God, we've almost forgot this today when I was picking my son up early. I saw one kid, one young guy, he's maybe 18 years old, walking outside the fence of the school. And he was trying to get the attention of someone that was inside the school, calling out, hey. Someone from the campus, and I don't know if they were from my son's after school, because there's a few different charter schools that are housed on this larger campus. Someone came over from the direction of his school and they exchanged something over the gate. Well, I don't know what it was. It was a handle. I don't know if all I know could have been changed. I have no idea. But as soon as the individual came to bring my son out, the representative from school, I said, hey, come on out. I need to see that guy. That guy just down the street that's walking. That guy just passed something to someone on your campus. I couldn't make out who because it was too far away. I was sitting in my car watching it happen. We just see that camera. We will check it out. I'm like, please do. Now, you about to get into my whole thing of what after my thing. I'm like, okay, no. Just find out what happened there with that handoff. I don't want anything bad to happen because I'm not looking for it, and I told you so. I am saying that this is one of the reasons why I have never been for the legalization of recreational use of marijuana. You can say what you want about me, but that's never going to change for me. And this is just one of the reasons why. It's later with Mo Kelly. KFI 840. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. More stimulating talk with no login required. Hey, that's fine. KOST 832. Los Angeles, Orange County. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Closing down the schools. On ABC live from the KFI 24-hour news, and thousands of workers for LA school districts say they're going to go on strike for higher pay. And teachers of Vanessa also strike in solidarity with the workers. Superintendent Alberto Carvalho said the kids will be the ones to suffer with the schools shut down. High school custodian Edna Logan says Carvalho is responsible. Don't talk about our strike will hurt students. Talk about what improvements we need to be making to improve our children's education and our children and our families' livelihood. Carvalho says he's ready to talk and has more money to bring to the table, but workers say unless he meets their demands, they're going to strike. The strike will happen next Tuesday through Thursday, which supports the closure of all the schools in the LA school district. Former LA Mayor Eric Garcetti has been confirmed as the next U.S. ambassador to India. It's been 20 months since Garcetti was first nominated. The process was stopped after allegations that he knew about inappropriate behavior of his former chief of staff, Rick Jacobs. There was last-minute debate on whether Garcetti should be confirmed. A number of Democrats actually opposed Garcetti, but a number of Republicans approved. And then the names are 52, the names are 42, the motion is agreed to. New York Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer made the closing comment. The United States-India relationship is extremely important, and it's a very good thing we now have an ambassador. He's going to take it by news. Winter storms have prompted supervisors and the governor to declare a state of emergency in Orange County. Multiple families have been kicked out of 4 apartment buildings in San Clemente because of a landslide that could send the buildings tumbling down a hillside. We have several incidents occurring in Orange County. Supervisor Katrina Foley says homeowners are struggling to get insurance to cover millions of dollars in damage. A hillside collapsed in the Dover Shores community in Newport Beach, and other weather-related events throughout Orange County, from Seal Beach to Experience of Santa Margarita. Governor Newsom yesterday added Orange County to the state of emergency, which frees up access to state and federal storm damage cleanup funds. In Newport Beach, Corbin Carson, KFI News. The jury says the man was mentally sane when he killed his stepmother with a pickaxe in Lake Forest back in 2013. The man pleaded not guilty and claimed insanity. Officials say he was insane at the time. He would have gone to a mental health hospital. The guy was convicted March 2nd and was scheduled to be sentenced April 3rd. He faces 26 years to life in prison. This was international study, and we had every right to be there. Officials say the U.S. is going to work to recover a drone that was downed by a Russian warplane over the Black Sea. The drone was in international airspace yesterday when a Russian fighter jet hit its propeller. Mississippi Republican Senator Roger Wicker says the U.S. has every right to be there and will continue to fly where international law allows. Moscow says it will also try to retrieve the wreckage of the drone. Consumers in the U.S. have cut down spending. The government's food retail sales went down 0.4% last month after jumping 3.2% in January. It's an indication of the pressure that rising inflation and declining wages are putting on U.S. households. Police feature mining series of decrease. 15% spending online and in stores. The February retail sales figure was weighted down by a 1.8% drop in car sales, as well as drops in spending at restaurants and furniture stores. A man in Wisconsin accused of plotting to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has pleaded guilty to a lesser charge. Brian Higgins will also cooperate with prosecutors. Evidence shows Higgins trained in a so-called kill house, others in a remote hunting area, and that allegedly drove past Whitmer's house in September 2020 to scout and record video. 82's Lionel Blakey says undercover FBI agents were inside the group for months. They broke up the plot in 2020. Whitmer was never physically injured. Bobby Caldwell, the singer known for R&B hits "What You Won't Do for Love" and "Open Your Eyes," has died. His wife announced that he passed on Twitter, saying he's been suffering from health issues for the past 6 years because of adverse effects from an antibiotic. He says he is, or she is, forever heartbroken. Caldwell was 71. South End with us, UKFI, clouds in the 30s to upper 40s. Cloudy and dry tomorrow with highs in the 60s with the beaches, Metro LA, Inland Sea Valleys, and Inland Empire, and 50s, the Antelope Valley. That's the same for Friday. Then we're going to get a little bit of sunshine on Saturday, also some clouds. Highs in low 60s to about 70. Sparse chance for showers on Sunday morning, otherwise cloudy. And then a really good chance we're going to get more rain again Tuesday and Wednesday. It's 55 in Anaheim, 55 for Thunder Beach, 55 in West Virginia, 51 in Rancho Cucamonga. We've got a flip car in the corner on the winning team.
Casey has just opened the two middle lanes. Actually, the left lane is still shut down because of that crash. So you're still seeing a little slowing as you come away from the 5. Then Hawthorne 405 north on that road transfer. Workzone has the off ramp shut down until 1 a.m. this morning, or tomorrow morning. Seeing some slowing currently from Eaglewood Avenue. And then Riverside 60 heading westbound. Just before Market, watch out for a stall car there. Blocking the second lane to the left, causing some delays from Main Street. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno.
Yeah, he's way up there. I'm scared to come down.
Hang on, I'll get him for you.
Be careful, mister.
Thanks, kid. Here you go.
Where did you come from? And where's your mask and tape?
What? Oh, no, your mom and dad called us to clean out your shower drain.
What?
They were up a tree, too.
Really?
Your drain was really clogged, backing up, and we have to stop that nasty stuff from invading your bathroom.
So you're a hero?
Try to be every day. We're Rooter heroes.
Wow.
We make sure you live in a safe, clean house. Go on.
Thanks for rescuing George.
It's what a hero does.
If you know how to clog things, call your hero coming in air. Go online at ROTHSCHILD.com.
Living like a pimp. Every day's a holiday of novelty. How you doing, Eli the Great?
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info,
All day, every day. I am very, very close to just making Discord explode. And how? So there's this Discord. Yeah, you got it, baby. No, this is a very family safe. I'm actually watching cartoons because I don't want to offend anybody. So, like, I know my just pure machismo, sex for work content, but nevertheless, I do my best to keep it as G-rated as possible. So right now, I got this autoclicker. I'm the king of the autoclicker. King of the autoclicker. An autoclicker is either like a clicker on a phone that automatically sets a button for you, or also known as a macro recorder, and I use macro recorders on my PC as well. So what does that do? So I don't have to sit here and chat with people for 24 hours in order to get vetted to get in this really good server. I just have this thing auto-typing for me, and I'm on level 29, and at level 30, you get to live stream. So I'm very, very close to just taking this baby over, and I'm excited about it. Looney Tunes, but we'll watch anything. Sydney. Okay, so the hashtag ViralRabbi, ViralRabbi. Hashtag and then viral, ViralRabbi.
We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. You've heard us talk about the guy by the name of James Dunn, who is
and then it's filtered by live, and you should see I've got, let's see, as of right now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different YouTube streams going.
all of the DC universe, and it's already got a title, Superman Legacy. So some people receive this news
paying attention, you know that James Gunn came to DC from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's the director of Guardians of the Galaxy and so forth. He has a directorial resume, which is fantastic. Yes, it would make sense that if they're going to kick off his tenure at DC and his vision of the DC universe, that he would be at the helm, not as an executive producer, not as just an executive who's going to get there from time to time, but he's going to guide this ship at least out of the port. I get that this was the first official announcement, but he let us know this a long time ago while we were waiting for the official announcement of what him and his partner, Peter Cochran, were going to do. When he was asked, are you going to write and direct or one of the two for the first offering? His response was, yes. Basically saying, yeah, I'm going to. Why wouldn't he want to be in charge of leading this ship out of harbor? This is actually a very, very good choice of a story for him because, like that, because it's not just a regular Superman story. This isn't the origin story with no. This is a story based on one of the best Superman comics written in recent years, All-Star Superman, which was a story about the Man of Steel facing death from kryptonite poisoning and coming to grips with his humanity and kind of trying to reconcile all of those things he had longed to do with Lois and finally trying to make peace with Lex Luthor and revealing who he was to certain individuals and all types of craziness happening in his life while he was just trying to say he could make these things right. Let me try to make these things right now. What James Gunn, I surmise, is trying to do with Superman's Legacy is with the relaunch of his universe, which he thinks will give us a peacemaker kind of tone. Not in humor, but in the John Cena series, but in a superhero universe that's based in humanity. As weird as that may sound. Yeah. And in order to do that, Superman Legacy analyzes Clark Kent, aka Kal-El's journey to reconciling his being Kryptonian, his being an alien, but also being raised in Kansas by a loving mother and father, and that duality of how he deals with life and how he views his role in humanity. This could change the whole just paradigm of superhero films. Okay, but more than that, I know people who are listening right now who don't care about superhero films, but they care about movies, they care about streaming, they care about movie theater. Mm-hmm. This has, I would say, a large impact on what will or will not happen going forward with HBO Max. Mm-hmm. Because these properties that James Gunn is producing and directing and writing, for that matter, have to do well. Yes. What HBO Max has done. They have to do well, and it may sound hyperbolic in nature, but the amount of properties that he's responsible for, they ended a lot of TV shows, ended that content which was going to be on HBO Max. They ended the series of movies which is called the Snyderverse under Zack Snyder. So the Henry Cavill Superman, that's gone, except from the Flash movie he's going to be in somewhere. The Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, that's gone. Yeah. You know, the Aquaman. Yeah, question mark. That's okay. Yeah. Question mark. But it may not be that actor. So, yeah. You know, look, there is a lot riding on this. The thing that Gunn and his crew are looking to do is before they roll this out, they've already sat down with the top tier, the creme de la creme of creators within DC Comics to craft out a plan of films, the first arc in this story, Gods and Monsters, which is a
Bigfoot is an angry ape on your radar?
This is a universe that will traverse film, television, video games, animation for the first time seamlessly. Yes, I know there's a lot of shows we like. I love Doom Patrol. Titans was kind of starting to go on me, but maybe not so much. There's a bunch of films I could do without because nothing.
Yeah, that's me, baby. I see you right there.
You know what? Look at all the Superman films. These films that are coming out this year, Flash, Shazam, which is literally, even this week, they're saying it's only going to be $35 million opening weekend. It does. It does. 35 million opening weekend. That's a prediction. People right now are saying this is damn god awful. Do away with
Oh, I have 5 different streams going up at once, so my upload speed sucks.
This has all sorts of real world implications for your favorite streaming app, your favorite movie, and it may not necessarily.
That's okay. And honestly, I know that the quality isn't where I want it to be, but in the future, just know this technology that will enhance video and photos for the megapixels, and so I'm not too worried about that. It'll have a lot more quality.
Warner Brothers, it doesn't only hurt DC, it hurts the movie industry. Because like we're saying, there's fewer movies which are in theaters. And if the movies which are in theaters are not doing well and having legs to keep people coming back week after week after week, you want a Shazam movie to be in theaters for a good 6-7 weeks. If it bombs the first week, it'll be gone in 2. Most theaters. And then it'll end up on streaming. But you, if you're a movie theater enthusiast,
Yo, what up?
Yeah. It's radio with Mo Kelly. KFI 40 we're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app now.
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me?
LA School District teachers say they'll walk out for 3 days next week if the district doesn't make advance of non-teacher workers who say negotiations are at an impasse. Union workers voted in February to authorize the union to call
Can you hear me?
negotiations field.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Hey, how are you guys?
A rally in downtown LA. A burglary suspect who was released on a chase from West Covina to Long Beach, times going more than 100 miles per hour on the 605, ducked into a parking structure. Police were still searching for the guy in the garage at Bellflower and Picamento Way late this afternoon. Crop loss is expected to be the reason for the largest damage claims following the 11 atmospheric rivers that have hit California. Farmers say hail has damaged their crops and heavy rain has delayed planting.
These people took over my room. I
Upland tree crops, which take 3 to 4
didn't
years
want
to
anybody to
regrow.
get private chat.
Light chance of showers with lows in the 30s and 40s tonight. Cloudy with highs in the upper 50s to mid-60s tomorrow. Had a crash in Chatsworth on the 118.
But heading westbound just before Blackgate Beach Road is blocking the middle lane, so you'll see some heavy delays as you come away from Stupendous Green Boulevard. 118 heading eastbound in Cocoima, that's just San Fernando Road, still seeing a crash involving a pushover car. CSP still has the left lane blocked, a little bit of slowing from the 5. And in Corona on the 91 westbound from the 15th from Lincoln Avenue, a work zone there has the 2 left lanes closed off until 4 tomorrow morning. So you're currently seeing some slowing as you get past McKinley Street. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno. This report is sponsored by 1-800-NO-COP Criminal Defense. I'm attorney Gary Capanelli, founder of 1-800-NO-COP, reminding you to exercise your right to just shut up. It doesn't make you look guilty, it makes you look smart. 1-800-NO-COP, because no one looks good in handcuffs. Unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-COP. On IC's Daily Game podcast, the cultural icon unveils words of wisdom and motivational quotes he's collected over the years. No punches are pulled, as Ice shares his special brand of profound and brutal honesty on topics like romance, success, failure, and more. You can't sit back and say, I'm going to win this game and not go to practice. You still got to play that game. Faith and your mind is just not going to make it happen. Listen to IC's Daily Game on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
Seriously, Mike, you just fix the transmission.
We all know how easy it can be to go to the wrong place for transmission repair. Made up of over 800 pieces, the transmission is the most complex part of your car. So bring it to the transmission experts at AMCO. AMCO, always the right fit. AAMCO. Special financing available. Restrictions, limitations, and exclusions may apply. See AMCO.com for complete details. I'm attorney Gary Capanelli, founder of 1-800-NO-COP, reminding you to exercise your right to just shut up. It doesn't make you look guilty, it makes you look smart. 1-800-NO-COP, because no one looks good in handcuffs. Unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-COP. I'm Martin Coach, the inventor of Navaj Nasal Care, and I love Navaj. I told you about how your nose is divided care filter. Navaj's powered sucker will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. And Navaj will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navaj? Like Haley, quote, Navaj is the best thing I've bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navaj and it's amazing. For this one, I use Navaj every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navaj, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe
so much better, unquote. Those are true of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navan, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navan is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navan, N-A-V-A-T-E, Clean Nose, Healthy Life.
Pray.com's meditative spirit podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your life. This meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to meditative prayer on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I've never seen anything like it. The jury starts deliberating at 4 o'clock, comes out before 7 o'clock with a guilty verdict. These people didn't go through one iota of evidence. I mean, just nothing. They took a vote. They'll handle guilty. Thank you very much. We're done. Live 6 to 9 a.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And I love movies, and I'm at the point where I try not to watch all that many movie trailers because I don't want the trailers to either spoil the movie in some way or raise my expectations to a point where I'm looking for certain scenes, I'm expecting certain things to happen. If they don't, then I'm disappointed. Or if the trailer is a misdirection, which has been known to happen, Marvel has intentionally put in things in trailers that were not in the movie, that knew they weren't in the movie, or they were later taken out of the movie. And so the trailer's like, well, okay, now the trailer doesn't make any sense. So I try to stay away from trailers. And there's something else I stay away from. Well, I don't know about you. Anything which has to do with Reddit. I don't have the Reddit app. I don't go on Reddit threads. And Reddit is basically just a blog page where people can post anything they want. They'll have discussion. And now it's increasingly common for people who post on Reddit who may be connected to actual movies, more specifically Marvel movies, to post spoilers and ruin the story for anyone and everyone. For example, I went to a screening of Star Wars The Force Awakens with my dad. And this was at the Richard World premiere, but I went to a press screening with my dad, or I shouldn't say it was a press screening, it's just a general screening. But he wanted to see it. We were going in to see it. People were coming out from the previous screen, and people were yelling out, "Han, guys, they killed Han Solo!"
Seriously?
I am not kidding.
Oh my God,
that was almost a lot. Yeah. I remember we were hot on that one. I was so irritated. That's rude. So it was so good. It's like if it wasn't broad daylight and I wasn't like to get with one of those, I would kick him in his neck. Yeah. I mean, because it's like, who thinks that's funny? But people do it, and now it's becoming increasingly popular, if you will, to do it online.
Because people want to have the scoop. They want to be in the know.
Yeah.
Anytime anything happens on social media, like if somebody dies, everybody's like, oh, so died. And like they're going to be the one to share that with the world.
Yeah, they want to feel important. Most of the time, it's fan speculation and rumors and innuendo. Sometimes it's someone with a direct connection to the studio, and someone has leaked some authentic information. It has gotten so bad that Marvel Studios specifically is going after the people who may be tied to these threads. On the Saturday nights of the legendary Turtle Roundtable, we do go in with spoilers. But you know what we do? We make sure at the top of the show, before we go in, that you know that this conversation is for those who have seen whatever it is we are talking about, because we will dissect the whole film from beginning to end after watching it, but that's why people tune into the show. But also the movie is out. It's out. These are movies that are out. This is what we saw when we went to the world premiere of Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Everyone was asking, how was it? I can't wait to hear your opinion. That was my only comment after watching that. Right. And we had a chance to review it on air before the movie came out. We did not give away any spoilers. Just think that's trash and talk more. Yes. Yeah.
what is happening now, Marvel Studios is going after these subreddits, and I guess reverse engineering, and when they get them, they're going to sue them, and they're going to be sued heavily for lots of money. Now, you don't know, people who work for Marvel, and we have people in our friend circle who work for Marvel in various capacities. They have to sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, and they are very strict in nature. We had guests on the show who could not answer a lot of questions because they will have a representative with that person listening in to make sure that they don't inadvertently give away any details of not only future projects, but past projects.
Oh, I don't think that's me correct. I think that might be what YouTube has.
The Winter Soldier series on Disney Plus. Yes.
And I do find that the audio comes in much faster than the video will as well due to data.
Well, if you could take that out and say that, yeah, we can't have that information out there. We know it's all fun and complicated, but please edit that out. There's speculation.
I have over 33 devices going at any one time. So right now, I got that one going, that one going, that one going, that one going, and that one going.
Within my right.
There you go, you can hear me. I've got it going literally 360 degrees. And I also have these uploaders, auto uploaders on Instagram. So every hour, it takes an hour of footage and uploads it to Instagram. So you can literally watch my life back on Instagram in order, chronologically, going back to the beginning of the year, or on YouTube, going back to 2021.
And you violate it, there are all sorts of consequences, not just monetary consequences attached to it. I remember
it is in Irvine, California. So essentially, a lot of wires and stuff, but you got to keep different devices. You can imagine 33 different devices always live streaming. It's just an incredible undertaking.
On Reddit for everyone to watch it now. The spoilers are out there. I think he even gave us a warning saying
word, and just try to remember all the passwords to them all. And then when one of them has like a two-factor authentication, and like 15 different devices are going off at once, or an Amber Alert goes off, and you got 33 different devices that you got to shut off, it's fucking unreal.
2 days ago, someone hit me on social media, I don't have it in front of me, on Twitter, and asked, hey Mo, have you seen the latest trailer?
Quality of the video right now by any means. It is literally a snapshot of the world for the last 2 years. No one ever had a time capsule on video form for such a long amount of time. And I'm really excited for this. You know, people will find out about it someday, and perhaps I know people will want to research it.
And continuous in that regard. So I just want to read you the movie, but I am afraid of watching too many trailers because not only are the trailers longer, they are built in a way because they want you to get in theaters for the first week. So sometimes the trailers...
I was talking into this and I was muted. Oh, sorry.
And I've learned. I'm just going to stay away. I may watch the first trailer because the first trailer is usually like a 15-second teaser. It's like, oh, okay, I got it. It's coming.
Where's my man in here with the fucking all the things?
Tickets to the dance. But I'm not searching out trailers. I'm just not, because I want to avoid them if it's all possible. And I'm very particular from Super Bowl Sunday this time of year. Because that's, you know, depending on the movie, I may either watch or not watch the trailer for those reasons. Now, there are some situations where a film does need a significant story out there because the upcoming Dungeons and Dragons film was not receiving a lot of high praise as far as anticipation until they released a 2-minute clip of the film just this past week where it ties the film into the original 80s Dungeons and Dragons animated series where you see those characters in part of the trailer, and now ticket sales shot through the roof because now you know, oh, this isn't just out of nowhere. And I get the marketing aspect of why the trailers are created and how they are successful in generating fan interest and ticket sales. I'm just saying, as an individual fan, and I saw the trailer and I chose not to watch that 2-minute clip because I don't want to know too much. I already know enough about Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to see it. I don't need to see more. I don't want to see more. I'd rather just see the movie and say, oh wow, that's a great time into such and such, and be pleasantly surprised as opposed to looking for it and saying, yeah, okay, I already saw this 2-minute that one. Now, through the Disney case, or within pursuing the subreddit users, I'm with that because this is someone who is intentionally trying to bring harm to the company, in my estimation, by putting the script out there like that. You are not a film. you are someone who is trying to think the shit for a project, because they're also adding in their commentary. And look at their people part of it. They're framing the mindset of what it is they're going in there to see. Right, and they want the movie to fail, or at least do not as well. It's later with most of it. When we come back, we're going to pay our remembrances and respect to singer-songwriter Bobby Caldwell, who passed away today at the age of 71. So keep it right here. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app now, so you get by 24-hour news.
A man in Boyle Heights has been rescued from the LA River by firefighters in a helicopter. LA Fire, Air, and Ground crews found the man hanging onto what looked like a black tarp tied to a rope on the riverbank edge this afternoon. A rescue team member was lowered from the helicopter and lifted the man out of the river. The man was airlifted to the hospital to be treated for hypothermia. More rain has hit Southern California after the state's 11th atmospheric river this winter. State power outages were reported overnight.
The mountain town could see 3 more feet of snow in the coming days. The snowpack in parts of the state already is nearly 300% above normal.
Multiple areas experienced record rainfall yesterday, including Oxnard, which broke a 93-year-old record. LAX also broke its daily rainfall record with 1.97 inches of rain. At least 7 students at a magnet school in Sun Valley have become sick from what the LA Fire Department has called chewable marijuana gummies. LA Fire units responded this afternoon and say the students were all conscious and breathing. LA County Sheriff's investigators are trying to identify 2 women who robbed several Rite Aids in LA, Riverside, and Ventura counties. 3 of the robberies happened in just 60 minutes Monday night in Calabasas, Agora Hills, and Thousand Oaks. The women were seen leaving in a BMW. Officials say the 2 women are also suspects in a Rite Aid robbery in Riverside, February 22nd. North Korea's test launched an intercontinental ballistic missile just hours before the leaders of South Korea and Japan are set to meet at a Tokyo summit. North Korea's first ICBM test in a month and 3rd weapons test this week also comes as South Korea and U.S. troops continue joint military exercises. The missile fell into the ocean between the Korean Peninsula and Japan. The Justice Department and the Securities and Exchange Commission are investigating the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. BBC's Rebecca Jarvis says 2 people familiar with the situation claim the investigations are in preliminary stages. Sources tell ABC News the FBI's early focus is on Silicon Valley-based leadership and whether there's any evidence of possible insider trading. Jarvis says it's not clear whether any wrongdoing has been committed. One of the sources says the DOJ investigation involves federal prosecutors in California, along with prosecutors involved in fraud. T-Mobile is buying Mint Mobile for $1.35 billion after Ryan Reynolds is the part owner of Mint Mobile and will stay on in a creative role capacity. Mint Mobile got its start in 2016 as an affordable premium wireless service. T-Mobile says it hopes to boost its own prepaid services as it acquires Mint Mobile. T-Mobile also owns Sprint. Southland weather from KFI, sunny chance of showers tonight. It goes from 42 and makes it to a little bit of sunshine, nice and 50 to 60. Mostly cloudy Sunday with a slight chance of rain, and then big chance for it to rain late Monday through Wednesday. It's 53 in Garden Grove, it's 54 in Fountain Valley. We've got a fasting counselor from 118.
That's what it just now is before Rocky Beach Road. In the middle lane area, seeing some heavy traffic from about the Interchange Boulevard. If you're parked in 91 eastbound with Central, watch out for a pothole that's in the right lane causing some problems. Multiple cars along the right shoulder with possible flat tires for walkers away from about Avalon. And in Grand Canyon, full closure of the 53 northbound in between Mount Vernon and the 10. People are working all lanes shut down until 5 in the morning. You're seeing some pretty traffic from Barton. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. From Pedro Moreno.
Hi everyone, I'm JPLA Samantha here to tell you your afternoons just got a lot smarter.
Putting lights in front
By the latest here at News
Putting lights here with music.
Seriously, JPLA 5 News is now live from 3 to 7 every weekday. Really heavy rain come through. We're covering more stories from more places, more often, with the Southland's most sought-after news team, the most local news in Southern California. JPLA 5 News, join us weekdays from 3 to 7. Another reason why JPLA is LA's very own.
After the incredible start to the season in Manitoba, Mexico, the disc golf returns to the U.S. Live from Tucson, Arizona. Disc golf is live all season long. It's the battle for the most prize money
ready for this?
Free Friday, WFNY live Saturday and Sunday on your CW network.
Saturday and Sunday morning starting at 10 on KTLA 5, the CW.
If you own a small business and you got through COVID and you were able to retain 5 or more employees, you could be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Do the math on that one. That's real money. So let me suggest getrefunds.com. You answer a few questions, takes under 10 minutes, and you'll see if your business qualifies for this tax refund. There's no charge up front. They don't get paid until your business gets paid. And businesses of all types can qualify, including those at the CPP and nonprofits, even if you've had increases in sales during COVID. They are experts in this little-known payroll tax refund program, and they've already returned over $3 billion to businesses. In my business, a 6-figure refund. So to find out if your business qualifies, go to getrefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button. It only takes a few minutes. Go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Could you use some extra help meeting basic needs, like putting food on the table or paying the rent, keeping your home warm and the lights on, buying new seeds for growing trees, or help with medical needs? Find out about the Supplemental Security Income Program, SSI, administered by Social Security. It's money you can use to help pay for basic needs like food, clothing, shelter, or medical needs. You can receive monthly SSI payments if your income and financial resources are low, and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability, or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to learn more about SSI and start the application process today. That's ssa.gov/SSI. This message produced by Social Security and U.S. Taxpayer Expense.
Jacoby and Myers is here to help you get the justice you deserve. We specialize in serious injury cases and have been fighting for our clients since 1972. Trust Jacoby Myers to be your guide, your advocate, and your support system. With our unmatched experience and expertise, you can rest assured that you'll get the compensation you deserve. Plus, our consultation is always free. Call Jacoby Myers today and let us help you navigate the legal process and get the justice you deserve. Jacoby Myers, justice for you since 1972. Schedule a home fire safety check for just $77 with Rooter Hero Plumbing and Air.
KSI,
AM 640.
an iHeartRadio station.
More stimulating talk. KFIM 640. This radio remote Kelly. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. That is the voice of the fantastic Bobby Caldwell, who unfortunately passed away today at the age of 71. I've always been a Bobby Caldwell fan. I did not have the opportunity to ever interview him. We've crossed paths a number of times, but I remember we had booked him to come on what was then the Motelli show years ago. We had to cancel near at the last moment, so I never had a chance to sit down with him and interview him. But I think he has one of the greatest voices ever, and I'm not saying that to be hyperbolic. I'm saying it because it's true. His history is so fascinating. Sometimes the best way to tell someone's story is to play his music, and I'll do that, but I think there's things that people should know about him. He was born in Manhattan. He grew up in Miami, Florida, and his mother sold real estate, and one of her clients was Bob Marley. His first real gig was a rhythm guitarist for Little Richard in the 1970s. And after a while, he decided to go out on his own. And when he did his first album, record executive told him that he needed a hit. And so he went back and said, okay. Came back 2 days later, and he wrote the song, What You Want for Love. 2 days later. Now put that in its correct context. When that album came out, it was such a huge hit in the African American community It went to number one on the R&B chart. It only got up to number 9 on the Billboard Pop chart. In other words, it was not universally received. It was specifically a hit with African American listeners. But record executives were concerned whether African American audiences would receive him and accept him as a white soul singer. So what they did was they did not put his face on his own album. And you hear about that customarily in history, but in reverse. And when he went on tour to support the album, he was touring as the opening act for Natalie Cole. And he completely shocked audiences who did not believe that the guy standing up there was the same guy responsible for the hit What You Won't Do for Love. His voice was so magnificent. And of course, everyone knows that song. Yes, I was playing it at the moment. But I want people to hear some of the other hits, some of the songs that I love. And I was so heartbroken to see that he passed away today. And this is just a little bit of Coming Down from Love. Coming Down from Love. And here is another song called My Flame, talking about an old love. I know you know this next song. And if you are a Bobby Caldwell fan, if the only song that you know is What You Won't Do for Love, you're not a Bobby Caldwell fan. You have to know the song Open Your Eyes. It is fantastic. It's a song that has been sampled so much in hip hop. People don't even know where it originally came from. The music, let me back up. Bobby Caldwell, when you listen to him, if you just close your eyes and play on the title, you would think he was a black singer. If you just listen to him, he's coming out of a specific tradition. And most people, because they hear his face on the album, didn't know. His voice, he didn't sound like Michael McDonald with Blue Eyed Soul. He didn't sound like Michael Bolton. He didn't sound like Rich Astley. They didn't sound like him. His sound was so pure and undeniable. There's no one who was like him vocally. And if you want to learn something about Bobby Caldwell, you better know this song. I see you, we're alone in place. I see you so good. What you regret in the love you left, let me know. Oh God, I see you so beautiful. Are you expecting the There are times when you need